Alright, Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, better known as the Great Millstone. Shalom, Salakia, Shalom, and salutations to the elect, to the 1/3, and to the 144,000, and death to 2/3 and all the wicked. Um, This is a clip. This is a 10-year-old clip. It's been on YouTube for a long time. It doesn't have as many views as you think it should. And basically, just Google or YouTube search Aaron Russo RFID or Aaron Russo microchip, and in the first couple of seconds of this video, he states exactly what scenario has been created now and what the agenda is pushing for Esau, aka the so-called white man.
And we've never learned the truth about 9/11. The whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips. And this is giving me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish.
See? Now, is that taking place? Yeah, everything's being set up. You have street lights that are getting replaced with tracking devices. Okay, with basically scanners to track your GPS. You know, just like with your phones. You know what I'm saying. With all this technology, okay, vaccines, mandatory vaccines, all this stuff is moving towards the agenda of everyone being microchipped. And if you watch this video further, I mean, you should watch it for yourself. He goes on to tell you that they already have all the money. They already own all the wealth. They create more, and they create, the markets, and they fluctuate all that shit according to how, it pleases them. So, with all that being said, he still got Israelite groups out there that say otherwise about the mark of the beast. But this is literally what it is. The mark of the beast. Because they'll look up all these words, in the concordance, to disprove John 3:16, this and that. But when they get here, they fall short, and faith and belief isn't opened up unto them in this department, and that's a scary thing in itself. So this is Revelation chapter 13, and just to the point. In verse 15 it says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." And that's what this is coming down to. Basically, if you're not going to get with their program and do what they say, you're a liability, you're a threat. They're going to just kill you. Okay, and people say, well, how can that be, this and that? Well, you've already seen how they create a situation and then they tell lies, and everyone will believe the lie. Verse 16, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." So this is where getting into the concordance comes into play, because that word mark is a physical etching in the body. Okay, a stamp and a mark. And the scriptures tell you that you are not supposed to print any marks upon you, nor put any cuts in your flesh for the dead. You're not supposed to, pierce your body. Okay? There's only a few scenarios where you can have, like, your ears are pierced or something, and you're wearing like a jewelry, and even in that sense, there's a way and a purpose for that. But this is in your hand or in your forehead. Literally, they're gonna put it in your body somewhere. Specifically, the right hand, and specifically the forehead. These places are better areas suited for the technology that they're producing. Okay, and it's prophetic. And also, this right hand, when you look it up, it's there's a phone book called used to be called Dex, DEX, and that's what this right hand is the Greek word Dexios, which is synonymous with like pledging allegiance or fealty Basically saying that you are in agreement. That's why you shake hands with the right hand. Okay. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he, except he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 So that microchip is just another universal product code. It's when Daddy Bush was in office, that was the whole big thing. UPCs came out when he was in office. Scannable goods. They no more had to punch shit up on the register. Now they can just scan it. Okay, so what Aaron Russo is talking about, um, and he died shortly after giving this interview because he leaked the information. But now, they figured, well, fuck it. They just own everything and spin it. They just spin everything now. It's like it. So this is something that's gonna start within the like the federal level, prisons, government employees, aka military, and it's gonna trickle its way into the states, into the counties, and into the cities. So your law enforcement, your hospitals, okay, all these prominent, so-called, prominent and important parts of infrastructure in society. Once they start taking it, everyone that support our troops, this bullshit and that, you know, supporting the firefighters, who hand the boot out around the intersection. All these people that supporting them, that people are gonna fall in line as sheeple and be like, well, what's the problem? What's the problem with this and that? A lot of people are going to willingly, and this is the science that they're creating, the mindset and the psychology they're creating, is that people will willingly give up their freedoms without a word or without fight, just like now with self quarantine. You know, people people are in fear, and they know so much so that they're keeping people at home, and then in some places, petri dishes. There's fines, there's tickets, there's imprisonment, there's jail sentences for breaking and getting caught doing these things. And who they're trying to catch the most are you Israelites, you Negroes, you Latinos, and you North American Indians. Okay, you native indigenous. Okay, that's who they want. So anyone else, if your lineage goes back to the so-called white man, to the Chinese, or the Arabs, or anyone outside of the three um, the three classified nationalities as they've been named by the so-called white man today, the Negro, Latino, and North American Indian. If you're outside of those, you can take this chip. There's nothing. You can take this chip because the Heavenly Father, He's not dealing with you. Matter of fact, let's get that in Psalms. And that's one thing. The Most High, He doesn't change, man. He's the same. Okay, He doesn't change. This is Psalms 147 and 18. He sendeth out His word and melteth them. He causeth His wind to blow and the waters to flow. He showeth His word unto Jacob, His statutes and His judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for His judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. This is also why His return and visitation is going to be a time of judgment for all the earth, because these other nations, they don't know the judgment of the Heavenly Father. See, we're serving a sentence of judgment from the Heavenly Father by being here in our captivity, where He's always delivered His people from a captivity, and we're here, um, in the clutches illegally. The so-called white man has us illegally in his oppression, man. So all this is gonna come to an end, and I don't know what to call this. Maybe I'll call it Aaron Russo was right. I don't know, but with that, shalom.